What's up, back with another one. So today I'm showing you a clip of Young Buck exposing Juvenile. Check this clip out.
I ain't got no bad to say about Suge. All I can say is he was a real dude in my eyes. He took this likeness to me from the very beginning of being around Suge at that age and at that time. Juvenile was going out to become a part of Death Row Records. And he was bringing the crew with him as well. He was basically signing himself and us, from my understanding, to Death Row Records. And he was explaining, like, man, we're gonna go out here and do this situation with Suge, and we kind of know what it was, but we rocking with you, bro. You know what I mean? When you lay your head as your home is what we gonna lay our head and make it our home as well. So that was the outlook for me and all the other guys that was a part of UTP at that time. So, here we are in LA now. Keep in mind, prior I just met 50. And we're in LA, we probably stayed out in LA, man, under Suge expense for a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I kind of really didn't have nothing to do with the business of things. It was just whatever Juvenile and Suge Knight was agreeing upon and handling at that time. And honestly, bro, I was just being who I am in regards of an individual that Suge took a liking to. So, he would be like, Buck, come here, bro. Come out here and chill with me and shit like that, and smoking cigars and let that dog bite all on his arms and shit. Tell me some of the most gangsterous and horrific stories and shit about these rappers and shit that you could imagine. And I got from the very beginning of Suge was an individual that, it's like any real person, though. If you sense fear or something out of somebody, then you choose to use it the way ever you want to use it, I guess I'm just, I just don't believe in having fear. I fear nothing, no man. I fear God. It's because I ain't met him yet. But, I was one of them ones where, like I say, me and Suge had a very solid relationship in a sense, to the point where, I look forward to waking up every morning knowing Suge about to pick us up and head over here to Death Row and get to work. That's why I was able to meet Crooked Eye and all of those guys, even Corrupt and shit like that. You know what I mean? They were still a part of Death Row at that time. And here it is, Juvie coming around and coming a part of that. So we were adapting the whole Death Row thing as well as keeping it south, but bringing to the table what we were going to bring to Death Row. And till that one day, I will never forget in my life where, I got accustomed to this routine of waking up, going down the Juvenile room, waiting on Suge to pull up. We gone to the studio. Well, I woke up one morning, went down to Juvenile room, and he wasn't there. And I went to a few of the other guys' rooms like, yo, bro, y'all seen Juve? Nah, ain't nobody seen him. You know what I'm saying? I went to his brother Corey C room. Yo, bro, where Juvie at? And then he didn't know. And then that's when everybody started to discover what the Cadillac truck gone, because we had a Cadillac truck to use and a couple more vehicles that followed the bus. And Juvie wasn't answering no phones at that time or none of that. Like, it was like he was gone, from at least my understanding. It may have been different, quote unquote, with his brother or so, but in regards to his brother at the time, his brother wasn't able to even get in touch with him. So we were kind of like stuck. Like I say, Juvie was the anchor to the ship. So he paid for everything. And here it is that we're sitting here, like where Juvie at. It was kind of like what, you're looking for the one who holds everything down. We're here for Juvie.
Let me just jump in real quick, because this is one of those moments that shows why reputation matters in the rap game. Young Buck is explaining why he has zero respect for Juvenile and in several interviews he's been pointing out how Juvenile would disappear, stop answering calls, and leave him hanging. Reliability and trust are huge in this industry, especially when you're building a career from the ground up.
You know, we're artists of Juvenile. So that was one of the craziest days and experiences of my lifetime, but one of the most, it was like a gift and a curse because, you know, spent hours of sitting and waiting. And then I remember sitting in Juvenile's brother's room. We all kind of panicking and wondering where Juvie at. And then the phone rings in his brother's room. And I'm thinking, there go Juvie, but it was Suge on the other line. And I still remember hearing his voice through the phone because it was that quiet in the room. You know, where he said, where Juvie at, y'all? Where Juvie at? I'm about to pull up. And I think his brother had to relate at the time, Juvie not here. But I'll never forget that what that came out for Suge. It was one of those, what? What you mean he's not there? And he was like, man, I don't know, bro. He's gone. And Suge was like, he gone. What do you mean he gone? Like, what you supposed to do the deal today. What do you mean he gone? And that's what I remember hearing. You understand what I'm saying and knowing? And, you know, from that point, you know, I think his brother was explaining to Suge whatever he kind of knowed of the situation. I just remember him hanging up the phone and then the phone ringing again. And it was the front desk of the hotel saying, hey, man, y'all rooms has been lifted. You guys got to get out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Suge had canceled the rooms and shit. And now you got 10 guys out here on the road that depend on one person for everything, direction, financial, everything. And even the bus driver was needing money from him to be able to put gas on the bus, to be able to move the bus to where it needed to go. Rest in peace to CeeLo, but, you know.
What's up? So what are my thoughts about this? Here's the thing. Clips like this always spark conversation because they touch on trust, respect, and reliability in the rap industry, things that are often overlooked by fans but are crucial behind the scenes. Young Buck explaining why he has zero respect for Juvenile isn't about personal drama for attention. It's about highlighting what happens when someone repeatedly fails to show up or follow through. According to Young Buck, back in the day, during their come-up, they had plans together, yet Juvenile suddenly stopped responding, ignored calls, and disappeared without explanation. Make sure to drop a comment, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.